What do you do?
I don't know.
What don't you do?
Just a bit. Fingering all sorts of pies, aren't I?
Jack of all.
Okay, give me the history of Flight Club in 30 seconds.
Fucking hell! All right, here we go. In Croyd, Devon, in a little pub, me and a few friends were just watching a group lose their mind around a dartboard. And it got us thinking, this stuff doesn't happen anymore. So we got a bunch of friends together in a garden shed in Wimbledon, hundreds of focus groups. Flight Club is about bringing that sense of community back, but to a bigger, wider audience. Brought that on a couple of years. We opened the Flight Club Shoreditch in London. From there, the brand just took off more in London, across the UK, and then it's made its way to the USA, over to Australia, and then Cardiff.
We're in what we hope will be our new Flight Club in the middle of Cardiff on St Mary's Street, which is the main drag in the centre of the city. It's been empty and unoccupied for, we think, about 10 years. So it's a real shell. There are so many things involved with it. The big one that we haven't really done before is setting up this roof terrace, which we hope will hold about 150 people. All of these design pieces, so we've got a wagon going up there, we've got a telephone box, we've got a fully fitted bar. There's going to be so much coordination across teams to do, and that's going to be a massive challenge for me to kind of pull everyone together.
We were coming out the back of a pandemic. Brexit was still on the table. We didn't even know about the European war, and things got steadily worse over the next 12 months.
We've been on site for 7 weeks now. As you can see, doesn't feel like that much has happened.
One of the first jobs we had to do was strip the roof covering and strip the concrete. And this was quite a difficult process, very noisy and time-consuming and messy.
At one point, we had 15 people up there working away at just trying to remove it all. Talking about 4,000 rubble bags of loose lightcrete, which has been used to kind of pack out that roof. We thought that we would be able to clear the top layer of that roof in 4 or 5 days. We're on day 13 now. That's definitely the area that we are kind of venturing into the unknown on a little bit.
Cardiff is a bit of a monster project. The hardest part is the timeframes. This is opening very quickly for such a big project. Definitely the most difficult so far. Rather than usually having one project, we've actually got 4 projects within one building. Terrace, second, first and ground, and they're all very different. So it's tying them all together, making them feel like a family, but making them feel a bit different as well. So today I'm here to sign off samples of the steam cleaning for the facade, the shop front, which is a big tick, it's going to look great, and the interior window frames, tick, a nice dark grey. And we've decided a concept for the ceiling finishes, so which bits will be left open without any finishes on, which bits will be boxed in, which beams need to be painted and which will be left uncovered. This is the bit where I sleep the most because I've got time to sort stuff out. Later it becomes, you've got no time to make changes, everything's sorted, so you stay awake thinking, did I do it right? So now it's just pure exhaustion. Later it's more sort of emotional.
We are in Cardiff today, quite early in the build, and what we like to do before we kind of get too far into construction, we kind of look at the layout, make sure we haven't missed anything, lay some cones out.
Just stand by, guys, I got it. That's you up there, mate. Everything right?
Look where the bar is, look at the pinch points. Just to ensure that, we've got the customer journey kind of nailed down. And this is the time to do it, because like another 4 weeks, 5 weeks, it gets incredibly difficult to start moving walls around. From customer journey point of view, it's really just keep walking through, see where the walls are, see what you look like, where your shoulders are lining up as you come in, be the customer sort of stuff, and just pretend that you are that person who is going to walk in with their friends. How do you feel about that sight line, that spot there? And it's a bit difficult. You have to use your imagination quite a lot. A lot of it is empty. So what's interesting is interior designers have a different view than somebody from operations would do. The magic is in between the two things, between interior design and operations. That's where the customer magic happens. And I think every single millimetre really matters for pinch points. We've all been in that place where you've walked in, you're not quite sure where you're going, or you can't get through, you can't get to the bar. So We spend a lot of time looking at that. So we give it something called the Ferris forecast, which is named after our program director. It's a made-up percentage chance of opening on time. At the moment, we're probably on about 39%. I'm very confident we'll hit this year. We'll hit November. Our aspiration of October, I think we can do, unless there's a big steel crisis or something like that.
We have some considerable structural issues, mainly around the supply of steel. I'm struggling to get enough steel on site, and that's putting us in delay. I know our goal is the 1st of November, when the rugby internationals start, but are we going to be open on time? At the moment, I don't know. And we've got a load of issues to sort out, and I haven't yet got all the answers.
Cardiff is a wildly brilliant spot, right in the middle of town. It's near business, it's near some resi, it's near the stadium, it's near the shopping, so it's right in the middle. So actually, for us, it was an absolute dream location. However, building-wise, it took some convincing. It's a whopper. It was in a right old state as well. So it wasn't just like an interior design fit out by any stretch. It was a full construction heritage place. So it was absolutely terrifying from all counts. But location-wise, yeah, absolute banger.
We decide on new venues based on whether we genuinely think we can add something new and truly unique to that city, to that neighbourhood. I think there are so many different fantastic hospitality offerings. It's about how we can stand out and make sure that we're truly enhancing what's already there. We always take stock of each new location and try and learn about it as much as possible. There's fantastic nightlife there. There's a lot to choose from, but there's nothing like Flight Club there.
It's a big freaking cone, isn't it? Huh? Come on. It's the biggest cone I've ever seen.
Today we're here for templating. So that's basically the walls are up. We have all of the tables and the joinery features and the bars set up in 3D. And we just walk the site with the key stakeholders. That's our CEO, that's the COO, and the design team as well.
So it's an opportunity to make any small minor tweaks and changes. It's just making sure everyone is comfortable with the scheme and happy with the space planning.
We just kind of try and pick up any snags or any details that we think aren't going to work.
And it mainly comes down to love. You've got to be able to sit on every single seat, every single area in Cardiff, and it should be special. And I think because of that, every single person who goes through the door in Cardiff and others are having like an absolute exceptional experience.
Hiya Jenny. Do you rest the tables and it's on like a plate stand? Oh. 7x5. Yeah.
We are at Cardiff Flea Market and we are trying to find significant pieces that can go into our Cardiff venue as like key Cardiff related dressing items. We found some stuff. We've found a couple of whatnots. Some shelving pieces, a few pieces of porcelain. We're about halfway through now and there is some things that look promising, so we're going to have a look at them in a minute. We have finally found some Welsh pieces. So we've got a couple of plates here, which is perfect for the plate smasher on the first floor. And then these little daffodil pots, which we're going to probably get people to try and find around the venue. So yeah, it's been a successful day.
Seeing people's faces when we were craning a telephone box onto the roof, that was a nice moment, as most of Cardiff must have wondered why on earth we were craning quite an old piece of technology onto the roof.
Is that big number? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
We're trying to find out what's going on inside the headset. We've got six wires, and we're not sure what was what, so we just worked that out.
Okay.
That means I'll be able to connect it to something.
Basically, I feel like the site is slightly behind, so I'm doing what I can where I can. I've been able to pull through some cameras, I've been able to install a couple brackets, I've been able to tidy up the cabling. Every site is you kind of experiment. You find something that doesn't work, doesn't fit. It's nothing we have not done before.
We're really pushing on the second floor. We've had the electricians go through that whole second floor and start to bring in some of the finishes. So we've got joinery finishes coming in, we've got wall finishes, so decorators, painters, the tech guys, the bars are all in, front bars and back bars. That's a big win, that's a big moment, that starts to really shape the space.
So today we started dressing the second floor. We've got some moss frames which will be going by the bar, which will have real moss in them. Then we've got just general frames going, some gold empty frames on the ockies, gold frames on this wall just behind me. And then once we get to the roof terrace, there's a showman's wagon which will be painted by a scenic artist.
We do a concept doc in advance of every oki and every wall to plan how we are going to dress the space, which involves all the murals, all the fairground horses, the signage and everything that comes with that as well.
We're just very conscious, obviously the scale of Cardiff is so big that we just wanted to make sure we had a lot to be able to choose from to match our concept doc and our ideas that we had for Flight Club Cardiff.
This is the biggest venue we've ever done, so this is also a big challenge to make sure we can get everything on time whilst collaborating with everyone else who work for Red Engine. So
it's so exciting when you see the building site as it is, completely empty with like the wallpaper, and then slowly as we add all of our dressing, it just feels like it just brings it to life, and just kind of seeing that magic happen. I think that's the most exciting bit.
We had a visit from Steve today, so we've got some changes to make. We're going to have to really increase our plant order, but I think that's just been the way that the project's gone. You need a lot of plants for a roof terrace.
I think we had over 100 plus team members to recruit for. So the difference is we started a bit earlier. We had to hold more recruitment days, and part of the challenge of going to a new country was around, do people know who Flight Club are? So we had to do more advertising, more kind of on the street talking to people, have you heard about us? We look to have at least 2 weeks on site with all our team members, and we always do a mix of really high energy training that suits all of our learners. We are not death by PowerPoint, can't bear our classrooms. It's really around getting people excited, a blend of learning, playing the games, role playing, repeat, and just really, I guess, giving them that experience of the challenges they might face and making sure they're equipped to deal with them through our training.
We split the team into 2 groups, servers and guests, that we are putting through some tickets for food and drinks, preparing them, serving them, just helping to improve the skills and fill some gaps. We've been doing a lot of mock surveys, putting fake scenarios, a lot of back office system, how to split tabs, and a lot of technicalities around tills, which is one of the heaviest training sessions. The biggest challenge is definitely to reassure the team that Red Engine is not the same as any other company, that we are looking after each other. That's why we are investing into 2-week training to ensure that each of them is ready.
I think on a launch night I feel a little bit protective over the venue. I never really relax. Excited about how the space is going to develop, and really proud of how everything has gone. We've really stretched ourselves with the final product, and it looks amazing.
I think it's a good moment for the team to celebrate. Friends and family, investors, press, all seem to have a lovely time. For me, I always find it quite difficult because, I'll be honest with you, I quite like the journey. I quite like the making of. So I like all the challenges, the carnage of it, especially something like Cardiff. For me, I crash pretty much on that night. I think it's nice for the team to celebrate.
I've been excited for this moment for a couple of weeks, and then nervous, and then actually seeing people filter out onto this roof terrace, coming through 3 floors of Flight Club, and then onto this, and their faces just go bang. So yeah, this whole roof terrace is brand new. Couldn't have dreamt it even just a month ago what it's turned into. So this spot being here now with everybody, yeah, that's the icing on the cake.
It never gets boring seeing people experience our venues for the first time and coming in going, oh my God, I'd seen illustrations or I'd seen snippets on social, but I didn't expect this.
It always amazes me, no matter where we go, people seem to like it, and it's quite sweet.
The fact that you can be upstairs on our roof terrace for 6 hours and not even touch a dart is amazing, or dancing in the disco phone box however many times you choose, I think is amazing. It's been so different seeing that come to life, where it really feels like the next step for us.
It's huge, it's unique with this amazing roof terrace, and it's absolutely beautiful.
For me, it's a very, very, very cool moment for the brand. Not topping out here, we have many more magnificent things to do, but certainly I never would have dreamed ever that we could do something so significant and magnificent in just 7 years from day one.